Thank you, Mojo. Seriously. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times animated villains tricked us about being redeemed.
I tricked you to get the Krabby Patty, but then you showed me friendship.
For this list, we'll be looking at animated villains from film and TV who managed to convince us they were on the side of the good guys before they pulled the rug right out from under our feet. Even if these villains eventually came around later on, a detour back to the dark side is still enough to land a spot on our list. Also, keep an eye out for spoilers ahead. Do you have a villain that tricked you into thinking that they were turning over a new leaf? Let us know in the comments down below. Number 10. Poison Ivy seemingly turns over a new leaf. Batman the Animated Series. When a giant monster attacks and several people are poisoned with a mysterious substance, Batman immediately suspects Poison Ivy. There's just one problem. She's out of Arkham Asylum and married with 2 sons.
Mommy, you didn't tell us you know Batman.
That was a long time ago, sweetie.
These are my boys, Chris and Kelly.
Hi. Can we ride in your car?
Batman is naturally suspicious and trails her through a day of ordinary activities, but ends up concluding that she really has changed. When the Cape Crusader is convinced, we usually are too. So for a moment, it seems that Poison Ivy really did change.
And a family that loves me. Why would I jeopardize that? For the first time in my life, I'm happy.
I'm beginning to think you're right.
Just when we're willing to believe this villain has turned the corner, Robin finds vital evidence to prove that she was behind the monsters all along. The day is saved as usual, but for a moment, we were willing to believe her life of crime was over.
Ivy lost everything she had, everything she said she ever wanted. For what it's worth, I believed her.
Number 9. Mojo Jojo makes world peace. The Powerpuff Girls Rule. When the key to the world ends up in Townsville, everyone fights to possess it. Mojo Jojo ends up with the key and transforms the world into his ideal image. Except, it's peaceful.
Some of my methods might have seemed unorthodox, crazy even, but my heart was in the right place. I had a dream, a passion to make the world a better place.
Mojo reveals that all he wanted to do the entire series was simply make the world a better place. It's a wild twist that convinces even the narrator that Mojo was actually a good guy all along.
Wow! What can I say other than, so for the first and I guess ultimate time, the day, heck, all the days are saved thanks to Mojo Jojo!
After a friendly conversation with the girls, Mojo examines his work only to realize one thing. He's bored.
Nice piece. Quiet piece. Boring piece. It's driving me crazy!
The villain in him returns as he begins blasting away, undoing all the peaceful things he had created. It might have been short-lived, but he really did have us going there for a moment. Number 8. Doc Ock cures Alexei, Marvel's Spider-Man. This younger version of Doc Ock seemed to follow the typical character arc as he went through the motions of becoming a villain in his own right.
I have one last item on my to-do list. Minions, the spider thinks he can control what your master does.
He creates complex plans and forms a group to trouble Spider-Man, which is pretty much what we would expect. However, early in season 2, we are introduced to a twist. Doc Ock desires a second chance, showing up to cure Alexei of his rhino transformation.
I know second chances do not come often. I swear I will not disappoint all of you students.
With the former villain taking his place back at Horizon High, we were convinced that this young adult version of Otto really might be on the side of good from now on. However, he slips back into his devious methods yet again, sadly betraying our trust and stealing Peter's body.
After all, I'd only be hurting myself.
What are you talking about?
All you need to know is finally, my sweet revenge is about to be complete.
Number 7. Bluebird Azerite tricks the gems, Steven Universe future. Throughout the course of the original series, Aquamarine and Eyeball were a few of the enemies Steven encountered on his adventures.
I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna take your gem and bring it back!
What? No! Please don't take my gem! Wait, even happened to me?
However, when the pair returns as a fusion named Bluebird Azerite in Steven Universe Future, it seems that they have changed. In a show centered around forgiveness and growth, it was no surprise that these villains would have redeemed themselves.
That happened!
You obviously shook it.
Chance to change. You obviously shook it by accident.
Bluebird may pull the odd prank or two, but she truly seems like a new and reliable friend. The other gems are convinced right along with us, but Steven isn't so sure. Bluebird really had us going until she takes Greg hostage in order to get Steven's attention.
Now they've come to Earth for their revenge! And forever shall he rue the names!
Aquamarine.
And Ruby.
They are swiftly dealt with, but we believed for a moment that these two had changed. Number 6, Sasha takes over Newtopia, Amphibia. For a long time, Sasha and Anne's relationship was strained at best. When she reappeared at the third temple and helped charge the gem, we were tentatively convinced that she may have finally gotten over her grudge.
Do you think maybe we could start over? Do things right this time? I'd like that.
Wartwood's Battle of the Bands convinced us further when she abandoned her selflessness to play a rocking song with Anne and Marcy.
It's no big deal, yeah, no big deal. I feel at home in a place that shouldn't be real.
However, when the group traveled to Newtopia, we were horrified right along with Anne when Sasha threw in her lot with Grime and took the city hostage.
Sasha!
You wouldn't. That's your only way home.
Maybe I don't want to go home and rule a school. Maybe I want to stay here and rule a kingdom.
Even though she was doing the right thing, she had no idea and certainly wasn't doing it for the right reasons. We had really been pulling for the trio to reunite, but it just wasn't meant to be yet.
I'm done trusting you. You're a horrible person, and I am done being friends with you.
Number 5. Dr. Amelia tries to stab Kippo. Kippo in the Age of Wonder Beast. Dr. Amelia's plan to cure mutes by turning them back into animals is a twisted attempt at stripping away the minds of sentient creatures.
Yum Yum owns you!
However, as her plans of fostering hate begins to crumble, she makes a desperate attempt to end it all by transforming herself into a mega mute. Kippo battles the monster, but soon realizes that Amelia is losing herself inside the transformation.
What's wrong with her? She just looks scared.
Amelia never had an anchor. She lost herself in the mega.
Taking pity on the woman, Kippo uses a cure to change her back, believing that Amelia can truly change. At this point, the audience thinks, like Kippo, that the time for change is at hand. Amelia has other plans, however, as she literally attempts to stab Kippo in the back. Pretty rude to the girl that saved her mind.
Trapped in her old burrow with a mute that wants nothing more than to be her best friend.
I guess that's as good a punishment as any.
Number 4, Lotso Abandons the Toys, Toy Story 3. Lotso rules Sunnyside Daycare with a plush fist, ensuring that his allies are treated carefully while other toys are tormented by younger kids.
You think you're special, cowboy? You're a piece of plastic. You were made to be thrown away. Speak of the devil.
During the gang's escape from the playful prison, Lotso ends up pulling Woody into a dumpster, prompting the others to follow. At the dump, the toys struggle to survive the destructive machinery. In a moment of kindness, Buzz and Woody save Lotso from a shredder, lending us to believe his redemption was finally at hand. However, when he has his chance to return the favor, Lotso reveals his true colors, squashing our belief that he had finally changed.
Push it! Push it! Push it!
Where's your kid now, Sheriff?
Of course, his punishment is swift when he gets strapped to a garbage truck, so all worked out in the end.
Strawberries.
Hey, buddy, you might want to keep your mouth shut.
Number 3, Shredder works with the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When aliens threaten all life on Earth, the Turtles are forced to turn to one of their greatest enemies, Shredder. Splinter and April manage to convince the villain to assist them with a desperate plea.
So maybe you can do the right thing for once in your evil life. Even be a hero for a change. That is, if you still love Karai.
As the strange alliances formed, we thought it might be time for Shredder to finally show a shred of good. Fighting alongside the Turtles, the group races to stop a black hole generator from activating. However, unable to let his grudge against Splinter go, Shredder fatally wounds him moments before the day is saved. The blow is not just against Splinter, but the entire Earth. It was not just a betrayal to the audience, but a shockingly violent one that led to the death of a beloved character, temporarily.
Mato Yoshi is finished. The Earth can be destroyed for all I care. I have finally won.
Number 2. Plankton fakes being friends with SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants.
For he's a jolly good rookie. For he's a jolly good rookie. For he's a jolly good rookie.
I bet if he had just one friend, he wouldn't be such a meanie.
Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula is a constant in life. However, there was a moment where we all believed Plankton had turned to the side of good. When SpongeBob convinces himself that Plankton is simply lonely and needs a friend, he reaches out and attempts to make the little guy's life better. Of course, Plankton began the day with a plan to betray SpongeBob. But after a classic song explaining the meaning of fun, we started to believe he might actually be on the right side.
Fish for frolic through all the flowers. U is for ukulele. N is for nose picking, sharing gum and sun licking here with my best buddy.
He even resisted a Krabby Patty when it was right in front of him. Ultimately, our hearts were shattered right along with SpongeBob when Plankton revealed the truth and declared evil to be his true passion.
And now I realize that's all I ever really wanted.
Really?
No, not really. Being evil is too much fun.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Zuko helps Azula in the Crystal Catacombs. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Zuko is well known for having a famously amazing redemption arc, but the path to the light wasn't necessarily linear.
You seem different somehow.
It's a new day. We've got a new apartment, new furniture, and today's the grand opening of your new tea shop. Things are looking up, Uncle.
After some time working in a tea shop with his uncle Iroh, we thought that Zuko's days of hunting down the Avatar were finally over. However, when the time comes to stand firmly against Azula and join Team Avatar, Zuko falters in the promise of regaining his honor and attacks Aang. It was such a shocking moment for the viewers, especially after we had seen the potential of what Zuko could become if he embraced kindness.
I thought you had changed!
I have changed.
Lucky for us, Zuko eventually turns the corner fully and embraces the side of good. But this setback is one that will always sting.
But I don't have the Avatar. What if Father doesn't restore my honor?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.